Ian Garry's a cucko. Ian Garry's a cucko. Ian Garry is going through it right now. For those of you who don't know who Ian Garry is, he is a top 10 ranked welterweight in the UFC. Bit of a Conor McGregor clone, or fanboy if you will. And recently he's come under a lot of fucking fire. After a few poor, ill-fated attempts of trash talk online, fans of the UFC began to turn on Ian Garry very quickly and very drastically. This all mostly started when he was matched up to fight Neil Magny. For most of the build-up of the fight, Ian Garry was just focusing on this idea that Neil Magny beats the shit out of his children abusively. This was honestly just like a big overreaction to something that Neil Magny said in a press conference about how he was gonna spank Ian Garry like how he spanks his children when they do stuff wrong. And right then, fans started to begin their little bit of turning towards hating Ian Garry, and this has led to fans dissecting his current relationship with his wife and the mother of his child. How old is Ian Garry's wife? Who just so happens to be a 40-year-old woman. Garry himself, by the way, is 26, so if we do the math on that, that's a big fucking difference. Now, the age difference alone is something that people tend to poke fun at and make fun of Ian for. However, it gets worse. His wife's ex-husband is also Ian Garry's nutritionist. But wait! He also lives with them. Ian Garry lives in the same house with his son, by the way, as his nutritionist, who also happens to be the ex-husband of his current spouse, who, mind you, is a 40-year-old woman. This has led to so many people basically calling a Pat Barry situation on Ian's life, saying that his wife has groomed him and is taking advantage of him. He's essentially become the Adam 22 of the UFC. Even middleweight champion Sean Strickland offered his support for Ian Garry.
Guys, I never talk about anybody's spouses, but this shit ain't right. It ain't fucking right. I gotta talk about it. Ian Garry, I remember when I met you, dude. It was in New York. You were this fine-ass girl. She had the little nipple coverings. We all fucking seen it, right? Everybody fucking seen it. But I remember thinking to myself, there ain't something right about that girl. There's something about that woman that ain't fucking right. The way she walked, the way she looked, the way she talked, I knew it. Now I'm finding out you're 26, she's fucking 40, the ex-fucking husband lives with you, you took the last name, motherfucker, she wrote a book on how to be a wag. I didn't know what a wag was until now, dude. This shit ain't right, dude. She's a succubus. You gotta run away, bro. Hot girls are a dime a dozen. We'll get you one, we'll get you ring girls, we'll get you two at the same time, bro. You gotta pull the ripcord, man. It ain't fucking right, my friend. You gotta pull that fucking ripcord. I'm here for you, the Making News here for you. Do the right things, Ian Garry. Fucking pull that fucking ripcord.
Ian Garry threatened to sue Sean Strickland. They had a bit of a back and forth in the DMs, and Sean posted a second video to his Twitter.
You just give me a call if you need me. And this motherfucker, he says, I'm gonna sue you if you don't fucking delete that. You're gonna sue me, motherfucker. He said that I was lying. Motherfucker, I ain't lying. You are 26. She is 40. She wrote a fucking book on how to be old and be with a young athlete. I ain't fucking lying, bro. This is factual. And Ian Garry, I don't give a fuck about being sued. You think I give a fuck about that? If you want me to respect you, you say that I'm gonna go fucking to Bass Pro Shop, wherever the fuck you go, I'm gonna go buy a 9, I'm gonna handle this like a man. I would have respected that. I don't fucking respect that. But hey, I fucking expect nothing else from a man like you.
So yeah, it's not looking good for Ian at all. To be fair though, if I was Ian, I don't know if I'd challenge Sean Strickland to a fight. After what he did to Izzy, that shit was vile. Now normally when people go after a certain person's spouse or a relationship, usually their best form of comeback against that kind of stuff would be like, oh yeah, well we love each other so much and I'm so about them and they're so about me. You would think that Ian would have a way to fall back on that, but no. In a recent clip that's gone viral, Ian Garry's wife labeled him as a should-have-been one-night stand.
Want to, right? I'm one of those girls who's terrible at being single. That's the first thing. I end up in a relationship when I didn't want to, right? This was meant to be a one-night stand. That's not very well at all, right? This was meant to be a one-night stand. That was the agreement. We've never left.
I don't know how you go from one night stand to a baby and marriage, but that's crazy. She also made a point that if she did want to use him for his money, that would make no sense because fighters don't get paid that much. Jesus Christ, it's not looking good for you, Ian. Something that fans are looking forward to right now is the press conference for UFC 296, because we can only imagine the type of fire that Colby Covington is going to launch at this man. The questions and the flaming is going to be non-fucking stop. I love that meme where it's like every room got the Ian Garry chair. That's the Elon chair. Oh no, I thought this was a funny situation and a funny little bit of fighter drama to talk about before UFC 296. All the power to you, Ian, but my god, you gotta get out of that relationship. That woman is fucked. Anyways, if you guys like this video, leave a like on it. Comment your thoughts on this stupid ass shit. And I'll see you guys probably for UFC 296. I'm most likely gonna cover it. But yeah, later.
All my secrets and my heart is what I gave to you. In return, you see nothing but a lame excuse. And it's wow, I did everything just to see you smile. I've been thinking about you for a while. Responding to your pics and your vids. Now I see you just do it for the gram. And you talking on your man.
Stay cucking. Hey, cucky, cucky, cuck.